Okay, everybody, this is the Triple C Part 3. And I know it got cut off yesterday, so we're going to continue from over there. Today we're learning for the Aliyah Neshama of my very good friend, his mother, for Rachel Bat Avraham HaKohen, that her Neshama on the first year of her Yahrzeit should have an Aliyah to the highest levels of Shemayim. Amen v'amen. And we were discussing yesterday, before the thing got cut off, about Hashem giving us free will, Hashem having to give us free choice. In order to make this freedom of choice real, God had to create the possibility of evil. If nothing but good were possible, there would be no freedom of choice. And the good would produce no beneficial change. To use that Talmudic metaphor, it would be like carrying a lamp in broad daylight, meaning that Hashem had to allow for some kind of an evil to be inside this world so that you and I can choose not to go down that path. If everything was just good, and there was no evil inside the world whatsoever, so then what kind of a reward could you possibly get in Olam Haba? There was nothing there to challenge you. So, in order for you to have the greatest good possible, that's the reason why Hashem made the world, Hashem wanted to give you the greatest infinite good, which is He Himself. To give you, He Himself, Hashem needed, therefore, to have you be domeh, to have you resemble Hashem, and thereby you can be davuk, you can attach to Hashem. How do you resemble Hashem? Well, because there's nothing forcing Hashem, rather Hashem chooses. Similarly, He had to make man a chooser, somebody who has the free will to choose. And choice, by definition, has to have a good and a bad to it. And those who choose the good will therefore be domet Hashem, thereby being davuk to Hashem, and then Hashem's will of wanting to give good to humanity will be realized for eternity. Good. Originally, however, this evil was not an integral part of man. So Hashem was like, look, guys, we got to make evil, but why should I make it a part of man inside him? No. Man was a perfectly integrated creature who had no inner desire or compulsion to do evil. To the contrary, man's natural inclination was to live in perfect harmony, both with his environment and with his spiritual self. As such, man had no conflicts, frustrations, compulsions, or lack of self-control. He had the ability to build up perfect society where each individual could grow, develop, and serve God to the best of his ability. This was the state of man in the Garden of Eden. He lived an idyllic life with no work or toil, with his mind free to contemplate wisdom, and his soul free to commune with God. His food was right at hand, and he had need for neither clothing nor shelter. Hashem said, I'm going to create this Adam, but why in the world would I create this Adam with the evil within him? Yeah, he has to choose. We'll put a snake outside of him. We'll talk about that next time. But what was man? Man was this almost perfect being in which there was only good within, and his entire desire was just to connect, and you could make a perfected society where there was no death, where there would be no end. Why would God create man just to end him? Of course not. That wouldn't make any sense. And all man had to do was just to choose to not gather in that evil that was outside of him. We will continue this next time. Have a great Shabbat.